Mr. Brian Daigle, how you doing, brother?
I'm all right, brothers. Thank God we've sorted out no more charades, because I was running out of things to do, Simeon. I hope everyone in the chat is good. I hope you both are good. I hope Sammy in the back end is good. And yeah, NLD is finally upon us.
Yeah, how's your nerves coming into it? I know how much this fixture means to you and us both, and everyone else in the chat.
This game is everything to everyone, really, isn't it? If you're a Spurs fan or Arsenal fan, in all honesty. Do you know what? The build-up, I'm fine. I'm like, tomorrow night, I probably won't sleep very much. I'll be watching. I always watch the 5-1s, the North London derby fixtures. Paul Gascoigne destroying the filth at Wembley. It's that hour from when that team sheet comes out, and that hour from team sheet to kick-off that feels like a fortnight for me. That's when my nerves start kicking in.
What time is kick-off out in Toronto?
9 a.m.
Oh, 9 a.m. Wow.
Well, thankfully, it's not the Saturday, and Bayern Munich done us a huge favour, because it would have been 7:30 on a Saturday. So yeah. 9 o'clock on a Sunday is better.
What time's the yard opening?
9 o'clock. No, 8 o'clock. So we can get all the. We have to get the Arsenal kit on the doormat and put the wipe your feet sign up. Then we get all the flags and everything up. So we open up. I think they're open up at 8 a.m.
Lovely stuff. Obviously, the big news coming into this game is Destiny Udogie out at left back. In our predicted lineup, we put Ben Davies at left back. But what would you like to see us do?
I think it has to be Ben Davies. I don't want to see Van der Ven. There's people saying put Van der Ven out there. We discussed it on the panel show this week, saying having him there, the high line is so dependent on him being in the centre. Him being out wide it's just going to take away a very, very prominent part of the defence and the way we play. So I think it has got to be Ben Davies. But the most important thing that I've been looking at when you did your front three lineup, obviously you put who was the other two you put next to Kulusevski?
John Kulu. Kulu on the right, Son up top, and Brennan on the left.
Yeah, I think, like we said again on the panel show, I think Kulusevski's going to be vital with his hold-up play and everything he can bring. I would actually go, if he's fit, my front three would be Kulu, Richie, Son to begin with. And the reason I would say that is Richarlison will give that defence a torrid time. He will run and the shit out and give it as good as he can get. And then later on in the game, when Arsenal are tiring, if you bring on the blistering pace of Brennan Johnson and Werner, I think that could have a bigger impact, because I worry about them, either one of them starting at the beginning, especially if it's Davies tracking back with Werner. So I would like to see Werner and Johnson, come on as impact subs, and their pace just literally tear them apart.
That's also a reason why I actually wouldn't start Son on the left, because if Son does start on the left and Arsenal do start to dictate the game and dominate, he's going to be stuck tracking back Ben White all the time. Whereas if he plays up front, you kind of stick him up there, and when we do get the ball, he's ready to go. He's ready to transition. Whereas if he's on the left, if we get the ball, he's going to be in that left-hand side position. He's going to be maybe sometimes in his own half, and he's not going to be in the positions you want him to be straight away. And he's gonna maybe tire quicker because he's tracking back all the time. That's why part of the reason I would start Son up front as well.
All right. So another reason, or another part of that sim is you could actually put Richie on the left and Son in the centre if it works that way, doesn't it? For a bit. You've got that flexibility with two. Not saying Richarlison is brilliant out there, but I think what Richarlison will give us compared to any centre forward we have is that shithousery and that press and non-stop on the go and unsettling the defence, because I don't think Sonny, Werner, Johnson, Kulu can do it.
Yeah, and I don't think a player like Gabriel wants that. I think you've seen, like, if you can put a bit of pressure on Gabriel, then he can kind of make silly decisions. And maybe Richarlison is the guy to combat that. But maybe having these kind of guys, Timo Werner, Richarlison, to come on late in the game as well could be an avenue for us.
Exactly. I mean, if you look at it, I'm a big fan of Johnson, as people will know. And his best games have been coming off as an impact sub. They have been. And after he's done really, really well, he's got the first team run out. And some games he's had a big impact, some games he hasn't. But I think in a game like this, he comes on a second half sub or 60 minutes, whatever it may be, that frightening pace could terrify. Who would it be there? Tomiyasu?
Yeah, it'll be Tomiyasu, Kiwi, or Zinchenko. Probably Tomiyasu.
There you go. Well, let's hope it's Zinchenko because Johnson will run rings around him. But that's why I think he can have a bigger impact this game coming off the bench, and we need to have some impact subs, and Johnson certainly fits that category.
Yeah, the reason I think I'm looking at that front three that we've chosen is because you have that bit of hold-up ability with Decky, and also you've got that threat in behind with Johnson and Son. I feel like if we played Son on the left, Richarlison and Decky, there's not enough threat in behind there. You do have Rishi and Decky who can kind of hold the ball up, but if we're in the transition, it's going to be very difficult to get beyond that Arsenal side. And then Son's always stuck out on the left, and when he does get the ball, he's going to be in a chance creating position rather than a goal scoring position. So I do worry about that. It's going to be interesting to see what Ange goes with. He's got a lot of headaches to kind of contend with in this one.
Yeah, listen, at this game, we all know, listen, form goes out the window. It doesn't matter what happens. We just need them to come on that pitch. I mean, for me, you guys, who do you think is the most vital player going into this game that needs to be on their toes?
Basuma.
For me, I'm going as far as Vicario, and the reason I'm saying Vicario is, you guys will probably remember, but do you remember we had the goalkeeper Neil Sullivan?
Yeah.
Yes.
There were games at White Hart Lane where he was just absolutely unstoppable. We got 1-1 draws and everything, but he had an absolute stormer of a game, and I think he is going to be absolutely vital.
I'll take you back to Aurelio Gomez in that derby. I think, was it the Danny Rose derby?
Oh, mate, the Danny Rose derby, do you know what? He made 3 saves. The free kick save from Robin Van Persie in the top corner was one of the best saves I've ever seen by a Spurs goalkeeper. That was out of this world. I think he is pivotal, and obviously we're going to have to be on our game set pieces, which we know is a little bit of an issue for us and a strong point for them. So protecting Vicario and making sure he can do what he has to do is going to be immense in this game.
You know what, Brian? If we defend set pieces like we did at St James's Park against Arsenal this weekend, I literally fear the worst for us. We need to be on our game massively. I hate this bloody zonal marking crap that we do every single game with these defending set pieces. When are they going to bring in a bloody set piece coach?
Well, let's hope something happens in this summer. Because it's not just been with Postecoglou that set pieces have been an issue. This is a long-standing problem with Tottenham and set pieces, but it's been very prominent recently, hasn't it? And like you said, if we tackle set pieces like we did away at Newcastle, let's just say this is going to be a very, very, very messy game.
It could be a massacre. If that's the case, it could be a massacre, because we give away so many stupid corners and free kicks every game. So we just need to, especially in this game, just don't give away any stupid corners. If in doubt, just punt it up the field. Don't punt it away for a corner.
Exactly. I mean, I was at the North London derby with you last year when we lost 2-0, and I walked out at half time.
Yeah, you were with it. You were with us for some of it.
Yeah, I was with you for some of it. I just got so annoyed. I was like, "This is it. I'm walking out." And the defensive play, and all right, Hugo Lloris was having a mare. If we defend like that, it's not going to be a pretty sight for us. My dad's actually going to the game
is he?
on Sunday. Yeah, one of his mates are going on holiday and gave him the tickets. He's going. I was like, oh God, thank God I said, enjoy the game, Dad. He hasn't been since we won 4-0 to Huddersfield and Mora scored that hat trick.
So he's a lucky charm.
Yeah, and also Huddersfield are a bit of a different beast than Arsenal. Let's face it. But I hope my dad's a good luck charm, so then he'll be 2 for 2 in the new stadium.
Yeah, let's hope so, man.
Would you, in terms of midfield, Brian, what's your midfield 3 in this game, do you think? Do you agree with us? Or would you consider Højbjerg or Bentancur?
I'm concerned with Basuma. I'm concerned. Do you know what? I'm concerned with Maddison as well. I'm concerned with Maddison.
Brian, the problem is, look, let's get it right. Our whole midfield is off form. There's not one midfield player who's on form right now, but they're not all bad players. I think that's fair to say, right? So yes, there's concerns out of their form, but who do we go with? Because if you're saying you're concerned with Basuma, I could say I'm concerned with Højbjerg as well. Like, none of them are on form. Yeah. So what do we do?
This is it. This is it. And like I said, North London Derby Day, form when everything goes out the window. If Basuma is if Basuma was the Basuma at the beginning of the season, what he was at the NLD when we went to the Emirates, then he's first choice. He's first choice for me because he's that important when he's on his game. I just don't know which Basuma we're going to get. I would definitely start with Sarr. I think Pape has to start. The other two for me are up for debate.
Surely Maddison has to start just because you know what he can bring, and his off the ball work as well.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Maddison, since he's come back from injury, has looked a shadow of his former self. And who knows? One thing I want to see from Maddison, I don't know if other guys in the chat and ladies and yourself, when we bought him from Leicester, he would take a long-range shot. He would shoot off from distance. I just haven't seen it with him since he's been at Tottenham. I just haven't seen it before his injury as well. We need to see more of that. And when I remember you talking, guys, when Højbjerg took that free kick against Forest instead of Son, and we're like, Sonny, you've got to take it. Maddison's got to be in this equation. I don't know why he's not. These are the things a really good, a shot from long range, a goal from long range, a free kick could be the thing that boosts his confidence. I just want to see more from Maddison, and if there's a game to do it, it's this one, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I was speaking to Sim before about the need of the fans to be completely up for this. Don't come into it with apprehension. You know, as Gary Neville said, brutalise them for 90 minutes. If we do that, surely that gives us a much more increased chance of getting a result in this game.
Listen, there's two ways of looking at it. 100% it does. 100% it does. But like you saw, and you were there for the first NLD that was rescheduled, and we beat them 3-0 with Conte. That place was just out of this world. And then I go back to another Conte one where he said we wanted you for the Milan game, and the Spurs fans once again gave absolutely everything, and the team didn't. The 12th man is obviously vital and can make such a huge difference, and this game it's needed more than ever for this game, because there would be nothing more delightful than to put the final now in their title hopes coffin.
Brian, if I offered you a win in this game but to lose every other game this season, you taking it?
Well, bite your hand off. I'd bite your goddamn. Listen, I say, listen. I go back to the day when I had my season ticket, and we finished mid-table, maybe lower part of the league, in the top of the bottom half. And I always used to say, have a good cup run, and just beat them at home. And this game, honestly, this is everything to me. This is absolutely everything to me. So if I had to choose, win this game and lose the rest, or draw a couple along the way, all day goddamn long, all goddamn day long. This game is either the highest high for me or the lowest of lows. There's times after we've lost, before YouTube and everything, I would turn my phone off, go home, go to bed, and just everyone would know, do not even bother talking to me. Do not even. Like, my mum sometimes will come in and she does it to wind me up and go, it's only a game, and she knows it winds me and my dad up, and I'll be like, Mum, shut up. I love you dearly, but shut the hell up. This is more than this. This game is everything. So if you gave me a win and the rest of the games were a whitewash, I'll take it.
Score prediction, Brian?
My heart is saying 2-2, but I'm not going to say what my head thinks. I'm going with I'm just hoping we can get a scrape a draw. That's honestly, if like I said, if someone offered me a draw right now, I would bite your hand off.
How much of a good result is a draw in this game in comparison to their title hopes? Does that put another nail in the coffin?
I think it does. I mean, I was anxious yesterday for Man City Brighton. I was like, Brighton, please don't do anything to derail Man City. And then Man City did what Man City do. It'll just be knowing our luck. We'll lose to Arsenal but beat City. That's the Spursy way, isn't it? But I hope it's the other way round. And please God do it. I want to come on here and say, do you know what? I expected a draw. I would have snapped your arm off for a draw, but we got to win and be delighted, because like I said, this game is just the be all and end all to me. And let's just hope we can do it. And like you said, the 12 men and women that are sitting at the ground and everyone around the world watching it are vital.
It'd be interesting if we do win on Sunday, and then City and Arsenal win all their remaining games. That would mean that City would win the league by beating us.
And we can all celebrate together.
We can all celebrate together.
How wonderful that would be. Man City and Spurs fans can all join just to rub it into the filth.
And did you have no doubt in your mind Chelsea were just going to absolutely roll over for Arsenal as they do?
Loving.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
As
mate,
you say,
literally,
Brian, you know, they were probably in the stadium like this singing Kumbaya, we ate Tottenham.
Mate, they were doing that also. They're like when you're at home with Lily and she just rolls over for a belly rub. That's all that Chelsea did. They literally rolled over and said, rub our bellies. Mate, it was embarrassing how poor Chelsea were.
Chelsea probably want Arsenal to win the league just to piss us off.
Yeah, probably.
Well, without a doubt. One thing I will say is the people that want Conor Gallagher, it was like, mate, Chelsea were playing. I didn't even know he was playing. That guy, honestly, I don't get the hype with this guy. I do not want him. All he will do is boost and help Chelsea's financial situation. I do not want Conor Gallagher. Under no circumstances.
All right, well, there you have it. But I know someone that you do want in Crystal Palace's midfielder / left winger in Eberechi Eze. How well is he playing at the moment? Bloody hell.
Oh, he's outstanding. Ben, you'll know we spoke about this many times. Last season, I wanted him over Maddison. I even came on here and said that. I thought I think he's incredible. If we can get him, if we can pull this off, it will give me hope that this summer, if he was the first one through the door, he would give me hope that hopefully this summer will be the big window that we've been told it is. He is a must. I mean, obviously, you know my thoughts for Morgan Gibbs-White as well. They would be huge. I would take Morgan Gibbs-White over Gallagher every day. But if Eze came to Spurs, my God, that would be incredible.
So, Brian, if we signed Eberechi Eze in the first week of the window, is that a tiny little step closer to you saying Levy in?
No. I've told you this before. It will take up to 4 or 5 years of Levy back in
I said a tiny step.
Okay, you know when they say pigeon steps, chop the pigeon's leg, the step in half, and then we're like that. We're like that much of a step. If Eze comes in, it's a like I said to Dragusin when I put the tweet out and said, well done to the board, well done Levy for getting that over the line and doing it quickly. If Eze comes in, it is a big move, and well done to the club for acting fast and getting it done. But like Simeon said, I think 60 million is just not even. I think it's way above 60, or not way above, but I think you're looking close to 70, 75. And then it's, if we go that bold, if we do it in installments, how we do it. But he could be incredible on that left-hand side for us, or wherever. He's a must, top of the list for me.
50 million plus Højbjerg or Skip.
Both. Goodbye, or both. Yeah,
50 million plus Højbjerg and Skip.
I must admit, very quickly, I love the way that Postecoglou mentioned Skippy's injury and he won't be available. It's like, even if he's on the bench, you don't play him. I mean, it's not the biggest of losses, but yeah, whatever it takes to get Eze, I think he is a monstrous player and he could excel in this Tottenham team.
I don't know if you have the Spurs app on your phone, but I got a notification just before we went live. So, the notification popped up and it was like, Spurs midfielder out for the North London derby. And I was scrambling, who's out for the North London derby? I was like, Ollie Skip. And I was like, they give me a bloody heart attack.
Yeah,
but,
they're prone to doing that. I do have the app, but I've turned notifications off because I got annoyed with the ones that were coming through. But yeah, they love doing a bit of clickbait, don't they? A midfielder out, you're like, oh my God, who is it? It's Ollie Skip, who, let's face it, I don't think would have got on the pitch at any time.
Yeah, absolutely. But look, Brian, thanks for coming on today, my friend. I hope your nerves hold up and you get some sleep on Saturday night. But enjoy that highlights reel you're going to be watching.
I will do. Have a great weekend, boys. Obviously, I'll be on the after show with whoever's on, and hopefully it will be a relaxed, happy Brian. And if it's a bad defeat, it may be radioactive. You got nothing to fear, Brian. Marlon's in the studio. I think he's got close to 100% record this season. Well, that's good enough. That's good enough for me. So hopefully it'll be a kumbaya, Brian. Let's hope so. Brian, thanks for coming on, mate. See you, Brian. See you soon.